Hi guys, this is the guy here and this is a Musketeer deck profile video. First of all, let's go with the strides. We don't run any of the old Musketeer strides because they require a specific card called Cecilia to be your heart, and if you don't have Cecilia as your heart, that stride is useless, so you don't run her. And Rosita's the better Vanguard slash heart. Her G1 skill lets you basically stride for free. It's basically the Gabriel Prim of Neonectar because free stride. Current plus one. Put two musketeers with no triggers from the drop zone to the bottom of your deck. You get a free musketeer stride. But it has to be specifically a musketeer. So thankfully we run 8 of those. Sadly 4 of those are Persona Blast. So technically we only get 1, 2, 6 free strides if we want to. So let's go with the strides first. Let's start with our possible first stride, which is Counterblast Persona and retire any number of cards of your own board to check the top 7 to call a Musketeer up to the same number of cards you retired. So if you don't retire anything, this basically is not a free call, it's a 1-for-1 trade. The only thing it does is if you did your Musketeer plays at your grade 1 or grade 2 or possibly grade 3 turns and your board is crap or bad, the formations are bad, you can do a reshuffle. And hopefully you get better cards. And that's about it. Except for a caveat, which is the White Lily Musketeer Cecilia. That's why you see the White Cecilia here, the White Cecilia G3 card. That's the reason why we run that. Because of the Cecilia name gives us a possible retire. So we have a 1 out of how many cards we have in our deck chance to get a Cecilia, and we can retire it, so we can draw a card and retire a card from our opponent. And plus it's grade 1 or higher, meaning we can retire front row and back row intercepts because there's no grade 0 back row intercept, and there will never be one because there won't be any more Vanguard 0 content after June 29. So sad. 2023. Then another good stride, which is Myra. Her first skill is the thing that you want to want the most, which is when a Musketeer is superior called by card effects, you can solve +1 and it can attack from the back row. So, which means you can deal 2 damage. Like if your opponent has 4 back row intercepts, 4 intercepts, you can swing. You can remove all those intercepts. Or if your opponent has like only 2 intercepts, you can deal 2 damage to your opponent that turn. And our GB2 skill is if you have a Musketeer heart turn, a Musketeer card in your G zone, which sadly makes us have to decrease our chances of a free stride to get an auto Vanguard skill where a Musketeer card is called, it gets 2000 power for each of your Musketeer regards until end of turn. So more Musketeer regards, the stronger that card will be. Okay, then lastly, the non-Musketeer cards in our G-Zone, which is Asha, Dream Spinning Rhinoculus Asha. Because of her second skill, which is the GB2 skill. Back row attack, because we need those to try and possibly deal damage. Harmonic Messiah, I really need to make a deck video of you already. I really need to, but I am just so lazy. Then Zoa, which is our real finisher of the deck. Then grade 3 already talk about Rosita being the main stride because her first skill giving possible free stride. Her on stride skill, when your Musketeer strides on top of this, you get a free call from the top 4. Then Cecilia because of the name. Elvira because of the name. You can replace Elvira with any Musketeer card. Elvira is nothing. You can really replace her. The reason why Elvira is here because of one thing. There's a chance you might use her and she's limit break, but you can replace her with, let's see, another grade 3. What do we have that we can replace Elvira with? It's this card. And this card as well. which is at the end of your turn, you may Musketeer with no triggers from drop zone to bounce your deck when your Musketeer strides. Con plus one, retire, blah blah. That's why Rosetta's better. Miarita does nothing. She seems okay because of the on stride thing, which gives it the skill, but I don't really care for it. Then we have this one, Lorraine, which has an okay rearguard skill when this unit attacks a Vanguard. If you are a Vanguard, is Musketeer. Soul Blast, retire this unit to counter plus one, counter charge one, and if you have another Musketeer rearguard, that card gets plus 5,000. But you can replace it with either of these two cards. Or if you are willing to go even further somewhere, you go do that. Okay, lag is a problem, sheesh. And that's the grade 3s. Then grade 1s, we have the resist card. It's only here because of resist. But sadly, I want to know, does it gain resist? Oh, it gains resist. It gains resist. Why is the resist isn't the same skill as the gain power? Like, if it gains power and has resist, but it's two separate skills, would be great. I would be okay with this being a triple rare. If it was like that. She's here mostly because of the resist aspect to face against control matchups. Then we have Sylvia, free call. On place, free call, and she's like your retire target for Kaivan. Kaivan has been with us since Musketeer first came along. And he's just a counter plus one retire a Musketeer unit to check top for to call Musketeer unit. Then we have Alberto to countercharge. Alberto's our filler slot. You can replace him with the 12k beater, the limit break enabler, the other one that gains power but doesn't get resist, but it's not once per turn. That one is slightly better than Favila, but problem is it doesn't have resist. So against control matchups, the reason why I originally thought I want to make this deck, I used it on stream, didn't work. Did another stream, used deck regulars, almost lost. That's why I'm making this deck profile. You have to thank whoever that player was. That person inspired me to build this deck. And he run this card, by the way. He runs this card. Then we have the Musketeer PG, only here for the Musketeer name. Nothing more, nothing less. This card skill, you don't even use this as much. You might use it, but I've never lived long enough to use it. Nor do I really care about using it. I just only have that for Musketeer name to maximize Sylvia's skill. Then we have our main stride fodder, which is Daphne. Daphne's skill is when you use her as a stride fodder, and sadly requires Musketeer original name. But majority of the time, all your Musketeers will have their original name. So you get Con plus 1 to get a free call. So basically, you combine Daphne with Rosetta, you get to call 2 cards. You get 2 cards for 1 counterblast. Then we have the grade 1 Kaivan, which is Rebecca, which is just basically the grade 1 Kaivan. Same skill, but at a grade 1. Then we have Tatania, Stride Fodder. That, you know what that means? That means that Neonectar has 3 Stride Fodders, and Musketeer has 3 Stride Fodders they can use. I think there's like a Maiden Stride Fodder, but for Maidens, but Musketeer has like 2 specific Musketeer Stride Fodders. Tatania, it doesn't even have a weird ass skill that makes it a Stride Fodder with extra steps. It's a legitimate Stride Fodder. And its other skill as a rear guard just makes you use it as an actual Stride Fodder. It doesn't make it a dead card when it's on place. When it's on board, it has a skill. Unlike Daphne, which becomes a dead card once you use it, once it's on the field. Then we have Elma. She helps us in getting more attacks in, and that's about it. And sadly, she has no retire protection. Do we have any other options besides Elma? Do we? Do we? Do we? Let's check. This is not Musketeer. This is Maiden. This is Nothing. This is another maiden. Ah, finally Musketeer. It has no retire protection. This goes once one if your Vanguard's a Musketeer, Counter plus one, put to soul, look top four, search for Musketeer. If you have another unit with same name as that unit, counter charge and get plus three. It does nothing. It's just on call. And it's an axe skill. It's an axe skill. The only downside about Vanguard is that you don't know if it's an axe skill or it's not really an axe skill. Then we have this thing, but it's not a Musketeer card. Don't think it does. It just lets you superior color card, but you want to do that with your Musketeer cards. You can maximize them. Then a Musketeer, but it's for Legion. The first Musketeer starter, which is a grade 3 searcher. A Maiden card for Maiden support. So literally, she is our only card. Unless you're gonna go Gize. Musketeer Gize. And we run 4 stands, 5 draws. Because we are not aggressive on our own, but we still need draw power. We're thinking of doing 9 draws, but like, we end up having 0 cards in hand. Because some of our cards, we have to kill a card, we have to retire a card to call a card. So it's like a 1-for-1 trade. You need something that pluses, which is only the draw trigger. Hopefully we get an actual game. If not, oh well. Should I cook rice and eat food? I'm hungry. We have food. Nope, I should heat the chicken soup thing. Yeah, I should heat that because that will expire faster. Oh my gosh, it is Link Joker. Which version? Deleters, Messiah, or Chaos? Chaos is the easiest to play with compared to the other three. Difficulties is the most difficult is Messiah because of its attack pattern. Messiah is the most difficult to play with because of its attack pattern. Deleters is the most difficult to play with because it has 2 builds, which is the original Greyon build and the other build that is currently available. Because the original Greyon forces you to go Igorg. The other one just allows you to play it, and if you can go Igorg, oh, it's a bonus. And it's Chaos! It's something that I know. Because I made a Chaos deck profile. Video. What I'm gonna say is that that starter is a good starter. It just so happens that I prefer having Soul in my Vanguard. Because if I don't have Soul, the Vanguard is practically useless. And this is GB lock. It is not GB locked. Okay, this one's GB locked, and I swing. And I heal. This is why sometimes I like running crits, because it's like it gives early pressure. Early pressure. I pick stands because stand. And plus the records can get powerful enough that it might get big. Enough to be usable. But thing is, like, Chaos has no way to do stuff anymore. They have no lock mechanic that is not tied to their stride or their grade 3. Because they no longer run Photon. Because Photon is just too costly. Okay. I'm gonna retire this. Counter blast. I get a grade 1. Keeping grade 1 Kaivan Rebecca there. And calling a counter charger because I can. Kaivan swings, so I can. If I get a stand trigger, I have at least a regular can do stuff. Alberto strings. And he counter charges. Then Rosetta swings. Nothing. It's a Rebecca. And we get a heal trigger. So we're just dealing 2 damage this turn. 1-3. My favor. Hand advantage or equal. I have more board. Problemless. Bye bye board. Link Joker's like a worst matchup. It cannot show the best of the deck because I'm facing Link Joker. Like Link Joker, it's a true test of your deck. Like very few decks can counter Link Joker effectively. Very few decks like Royal Paladin, if they go with the Alfred build, can counter Link Joker. because they can unlock 3 times. Because they can unlock 3 times. Gold Paladin has a grade 3 that can unlock called, I forgot, but it's an Alfred, another Alfred card, but it's grade 3 instead. And I have no board now. I literally have no freaking board. I have no board. I have no board. I have nothing. Oh my gosh, that's a back row intercept. That's a legitimately a back row. Why did he call grade 3? Why did he call a grade 3? He could have used that for ultimate stride or stride fodder next turn. Unless he's trying to push for more damage. To push me closer to game. Because Link Joker is not good for long games. They're good for mid-length games. Not long games. Because they're threatened to deck out in longer games. I'm gonna stride this one. I'm discarding my first Cecilia. Then activating skill of strip because I throw the Musketeer. I get a free call. And I'm calling this card here. I'm moving this card here. Because I can attack the back row. If I get a stun trigger, yes. If I don't get a stun trigger, oh well. Oh well. Jeez, no stuns. Only 2 stuns left. No stuns came. That's the thing you have to think about. Might change it to 9 stuns later. But thing is, like, we don't have hand advantage. I would have lost it if I didn't have draw triggers. I would have 2, 3 last cards in hand. 2, 3 last cards in hand. That can make a game, can give you a survival or not. Can give you a game plan or not. But if I get a stun trigger, I would have been able to push through 1 more damage. But then again, if they run out of counter blasts, it's gonna be hard for them to get them back unless they have it. Why did he strike that card? Wouldn't it be better to go Altani because Altani strides you at least 3 cards? But wait. Hmm. Chaos Universe does force me to lock a card from hand. Maybe that's why he's gonna force me to lock a card from hand. So, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have like no board. Thankfully, it's only 1 intercept this time. But still, that's gonna hurt a lot. Heal. Stun when I didn't need it. Ah. Calling this here. This card will active. This card will force me. Drop zone. Picking this card here. I feel sad because I have no choice but to call this card here. I have literally no choice but to do a unlock because I have no way to do anything right now. I have nothing. I have literally nothing. If this was the 12k beater, I would have been able to do something, but it's not. So I am currently in a very, very not nice situation. The only thing I can do is just do that, and my back row is unlocked, and his skill can retire one of my back row cards, and that's it. He's most likely gonna retire my grade 1. Because the grade 2s in my back row are, yeah, that's a good target to retire since it can stride for free. But then again, I can stride for free now. I'm just locked to Musketeer strides. That's the thing. I'm just locked to Musketeer strides. But problem is, he's gonna glow ball here and he's gonna win. He can glow ball here and win. He can't start for the win. I'm too low in damage. But he can glow ball for the win. He can't start for the win. That's the thing. He can't start for the win. Because I am too low and he just tried it. Most likely glow ball. Oh, it's not, it's deluge. Interesting. Deluge locks in the back row though, so will he do some other plays like he calls the grade 2 card? Oh my gosh, that will force me to lock a card next turn. Yep, he has it. It's a must have in any Chaos Breaker deck. Iron is such a good card. Zinc as well. Counter charging, but 6 cards left in deck and Chaos does has no way to refill that. He only has one grade 3 left in deck. He doesn't use he doesn't use the Lugia skill to force me to have 5 damage. It's just a bit interesting. He could have uses the Lugia skill to force me to have, unless he did it already. Okay, can Myra save me here? One, nothing. Don't think this currently does. He only has 4 cards left in deck. Then he will now draw 1 card. Will he misplay or not? He draws 1 card here. If he chooses to activate the skill, he chooses not to activate the skill. So I have 1 intercept in the front row at least. He knows I have 2 PGs on hand at best. Ultimate Stride? He Ultimate Stride Stark, which means he can't lock. The only advantage of Stark here is one thing. He only is limited to one drive check, which means his chances of decking out is close to zero. Like, look at this. He has no triggers at all. He's gonna win this, man. Sadly, I tried my best, but bad matchup. Really bad matchup. I tried my best, man. I tried my best. It's just a really bad matchup. And my RNG wasn't that good. And they have no heals. I used all of my RNG to try and beat Chaos, and it did nothing. It did absolutely nothing. But damn, it's damn. I was able to push hard. My opponent only had 2 cards left in deck, but it wasn't enough. But then again, this card has the potential to win games. I can feel it. It's just not against that opponent because Link Joker is such a hard matchup. Like, that's the reason why a lot of decks are walled. They're walled at the Link Joker wall. Like, Link Joker is such a good clan, but because of that, people run it, and because people run it, not many people are willing to experiment with other clans. Try and see if a new clan can do something. Like Musketeer. Can it do something? And lag, man, lag. The lag is strong in this one. I got an Elvira. No choice. Elvira will be our grade 3, which will hurt us because Rosita. Okay, clan mirror match, but okay, it's an Ashadak versus mine. That's a maiden build by looks. No, it's not. It just has the maiden card name. Okay, calling this, riding this card, riding Rebecca. Okay, Cecilia or Elvira. Huh. Oh my gosh. But then again, the another disadvantage of stands is that the stand versus crit debate in Vanguard Zero is like crits are good, are really good in the early game, but it locks your Vanguard to swing to Vanguard to Vanguard. While stands are good in mid to late game, but when you get a stand trigger and you have no rear guards, it just loses value. I got the heal trigger, riding Cecilia. Daphne, thankfully, let's just pretend we have a pseudo. Let's just pretend we have a pseudo thing going on. Alma, I feel sorry, but I have to call you because something. Okay, Dumlock. Dumlock, don't fail me now. Double Sylvia call. There we go. It has no power. It has no freaking power. Don't call because it has no freaking power, so useless. It is useless because it has no freaking power. Okay, it has power now, so that was a bit anticlimactic. I am making misplays all around. I'm making so many misplays. I'm making so many misplays, but that's how you learn the deck. It just means I'll just make two versions of this video. Okay, picking the first GR card in the set, in the clan. The on hit. I don't know much about Asha, except I am for sure going to be pushed to 5 here. I'm gonna ride Rosetta so I can get a free call. Oh my. This will be PG because you got a. You run crit and you run on hits? Why? What you just did just counteracted the reason why you run on hits. First things first, I'm gonna check if I can get Dumlock and call Cecilia. Okay, let's check. Sadly, it's not. Okay, activating skill. Activate. Sadly, I do not. I'm not able to get a Cecilia to do it. So I'll just try to make Zoo online right now. I'll just try to make Zoo online. Uh, I mean Zoa online. Because here Zoa is now online now. Because it's like I have now GB3, When I stride, I'll be GB4, which means Zoa's online. Zoa requires me to have at least 3 face-up G units. I can go Zoa now, and I have a cost for Zoa. Let's double check. Counter Blast 2. Damn it, Counter Blast 2. I have no way to counter charge in this deck. Zoa, I wish you were available, but sadly I don't have counter charge. Oh well. I thought I could win with Zoa. Turns out I can't. I don't have the counter blast. The only way I can get counter blast is if I take a hit and I heal. That's the only way, and I have 2 heals, 7 deck. Don't fail me now. Okay, back row attacker. So swing, swing. No, swing. Okay, then swing. Then swing. I need the heal here. I do not heal. This will just be PG. And the only thing I'll do is just call Myra. He needs another trigger to give this a PG range. It's just a Myra turn. It's literally just a Myra turn. Okay, let's go, Myra. I could have showed Zoa, but Zoa is counter blast too. I don't have 2 counter blasts with me, so there's nothing can do. Let's go with the free one first. Do you still have stance? I have the 1 stand trigger left. And I'm dead. I have 2 cards left in deck. Wait, I have 2 intercepts. I can take the hit, then I can stride the cost. Wait, I'll draw 1 card, so I'm dead either way. I'll draw 1 card, so I'm dead either way. I am dead here. I am so dead here. I am missing one card left in deck. I lose. This deck video is gonna be extremely long because I'm gonna play until I get a good game. And I don't want to explain the video again, so it's just gonna be 1 hour long video. You will know it's because I had so many games in this. I had so many games. This is game number 2. And also blue stack lag. Sheesh, the lag. I don't know if there's a fan of mine will do a sheesh counter or something where, or making a drinking game where I said sheesh so many times in the video and check how many times you hear it. I'm getting hungry. Oh my gosh, sadness. No opponent. I was lucky to get those 2 opponents. I tried my best. I did a lot of misplays. I could have played better. Might have guaranteed me the win. But I ended up being too greedy. That's why I lost. I ended up being too greedy in some of my plays. And yes, I have a big belly deck now. It's more or less complete. I just need to play test it or something. But in the end, ugh. Come on, just give me something. Excuse me. VP Farmer, Blasters, Jewel Knights, Altmile, Alfred? Will people even play Alfred over Blaster Blade Exceed? Okay, it is Altmile. Interesting picking that unit instead of the other one that gives you Brave. And fun fact, that one that most people like using is part of a starter deck, while this one is a common in the set where it came from. The only weakness is the heal guard. Sometimes you might go full aggressive in the deck and just be like no heal guards. Just use Sylvia's skill more. When Sylvia was still in that game, yes, you could do that because like there was no grade 3. You can use grade 3 as heals because there were no heal guards. And the heals were Cecilia because Cecilia can clone herself if I remember. Riding this card. Hope I don't drive check stands. Good. Hope I don't damage check stands but damage check draws. Because that's a good thing. Luminous Hope Dragon's the first try. That is an okay choice. Because it's like, what other stride is there that can be a first stride? Things, but are you brave? I don't think you're brave though. You have like 4 cards, and plus there should be a brave mark if you're brave. And you're not brave. It shouldn't be called brave, it should be called reckless. Because it's like, having 3 cards in hand is very reckless of a person, but they made it brave. Uh, oh, a non-brave card, so this thing hits, countercharge, but problem is like, why? And why did he do that as well? So many reasons. Like having this card, the deck doesn't counterblast as much, so the only thing it does is just add card in the soul. I heal, my power goes up. I'm now 21,000. This thing actually requires me to be boosted. He activates a skill. It will do nothing unless he activates a start battle phase. Turn a card in your G zone face up to get plus 10,000 for each N. And then he gets a kill when this attacks if you're will face up in your G zone. Call grade 2 card from your deck condition if you're grade 3. Okay, the crit is something else. This is too weak now and I will hit. You should have called this here instead. Because this card's skill will activate. This might be a win because my opponent just wasted too much cards. This card's kinda useless. The only thing it has is resist and that's about it. That's the only thing it has, which is resist. Oh my. Oh wait, I can force myself to, because I have Sicilian land, I can force myself to get a free retire. Call this card. Mm. I don't. Okay, let's check this card skill is. If your G zone, wait, in your G zone until end turn, if you have a sir by your cost, draw a card and entire card. Okay. call. Okay, this goes. I have so many cards in hand. Double resist, so point only has like one, and this is regular Altmile. That's just regular Altmile. That's just Blue Sky Knight Altmile. That's just Blue Sky Knight Altmile. If I get a stun, yes. If I don't get stun, oh well. Oh well, I don't get a stun, but pushing my opponent to 5 here. Deck profile videos, if they have like 3 or 4 plus games, 3 plus games, I can make them a stream. I can make this a stream. Because it's like 52 minutes. He activates this card. This actually is the ideal first one. The ideal first stride. Then again, Luminous is also the ideal first stride. He has to call cards, but I have like double intercept. Okay, he's. Does he have Liverot though? Does he have even Liverot in his deck? If he doesn't have Liverot, he. No, but then by looks like I'm just facing like a very cheap deck. Last card in hand goes bye bye, which is a PG. Superior calls what? Liverot? Okay, that card. It does nothing though. It does nothing now. Just just don't activate the skill. I get a draw trigger and I'm running out of cards in hand. And I'll discard a card because I have too many cards in hand. Ride skip. I'm gonna go with this card because of one reason alone. I've literally nothing to call. Okay, I have something to call. And this is how you will win, most likely. Your opponent just being very unlucky. I'll do another game to make this an actual stream long video, which is like an hour. Because in the end, it's like I'm just trying to show gameplay. I already told you what you need to do in the first 20 minutes of this video. The first 20 minutes of this video is the only thing you need to know. The rest is just how do you want to see the deck in action? How bad is a guy playing this game? Okay, will I get another easy game? Was it really an easy game? It was. My hand was so big, I overdraw. My opponent didn't push me in such a way. That's the downside of this. Like, I already showed one game that was good. I don't need to do more than that. That's already enough. That's already enough. I already showed one game where I won. Sure, my opponent was no, 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 no. Push a guy, push a guy, and it's not like people will watch until the end of the video. Like very few people watch until the end of videos for my videos though. Like unless the YouTube Shorts though. Again, most people just like skim through my YouTube Shorts. Oh my gosh, Link Joker again? Okay, I have no more. So it will not be the same as last time. And my opponent is most likely Messiah, which means I will have rear guards. And it's Messiah. And riding Rebecca. Power plus 10,000. Okay. There we go. Hmm. It doesn't go to soul, it goes to the bond of the deck. Laser prevents deck out. Activating skill. Let's see, what do I get? I get this card instead. Calling. Calling this card. Because this acts as a stride fighter regardless, so calling this card is not much of a minus. Oh well, it's they could have called Albert to get a free counter charge. Oh, could have gotten Albert to get the free counter charge. Kaivant. All cards are locked. I am 21k, man. Just past turn. Why is he wasting time? Draws two cards. He has 17 cards left in deck. I am riding this thing for two reasons. One, because I can, and two, I'm not getting Daphne's counter plus one skill, but I'm getting Rosita's skill, which is slightly better. Uh, it literally does nothing to me. Putting this in the back row, front row, it does nothing unless I call cards. Oh my gosh, this is 7k base. Too high, have to attack the other guy. Nothing. Stand. This will bring it. It's just equal power. It's just equal power. Push to 5 or both 5. Thing is, I can guard 3 attacks. But I know Misai can do more. Can literally do more. Then again, Link Joker's just really a bad matchup, man. It's just really a bad matchup. I'm gonna lose this game because I'm already at 5. There's nothing to do. I already tried 3 out of 4 games, and you have to be lucky to win with this deck. You have to be really lucky. Mostly, first of all, yeah, let's say you have a Sicilian hand, then you can try go a Sicilia play, which I should have done. What wouldn't have? But problem is, if I did the yeah, the better play would have done Sicilia instead of Myra. The if I done Sicilia, yeah, I would have gotten a better play. Because first of all, I super called Kaivan, then I call Cecilia, retire Cecilia and Kaivan. I get 2 cards, possible Sylvia Spiracle play, and then get to retire a card. But problem is, I can retire a back row card, which will. But then again, my Bonsan was just too big. And I was gonna swing 3 times to the face already, as is, so. Heal trigger? No heals. And this is a guy. Thank you for watching my 1 hour long video. I did 2 more extra games just to see if it was good. There's a glimmer of shine in the deck, but you just need too much luck for it to push through. And thank you guys for watching, and bye.